Hey everybody, in this video I want to go over how to use our microdosing trays to lose weight. So your gut microbiome communicates with your brain through the gut-brain axis, and basically this tells you what to eat and when to eat, and the microbial makeup of that gut is going to really influence how you get that satisfaction from the food that you eat. So if you have a gut microbiome that's used to high sugars or fats or salty things, that's what it's going to be triggering you to eat. And once you eat that, it's going to give you that satisfaction feeling, and that's a very physical feeling that you get from eating that food that the microbiome is creating with the molecules that it produces once it digests that food. So once you change that signaling by changing your microbiome, when you grab a can of Coke after you've been on this, let's say a week, you're not going to get that satisfaction from that Coke and that sugar anymore. Your body's going to say, "What are you doing? Stop." And that's really quite astonishing. Because only after a week that can take place, and over and over again I tell my clients, yes, this is how your microbiome works. It's shocking, it's surprising. I love chocolate and sweets and all the rest of it, but once I've changed over my microbiome, I am so limited. If I have ice cream, it's one scoop or one spoonful versus having a cup or a bowl, and that's all I can tolerate, and that's all I want. When I eat this, I get that satisfaction feeling, and the microbes will send those mood enhancers to tell you that's good food. And that's what you need to do, is change over that microbiome, to change that programming and get you to a healthy diet. So without that struggle, you're going to be able to change that gut microbiome, and it's going to work regardless if you want it to or not. If you're doing your microdosing, which you're starting off with your microdosing, you're going to be going only a half an ounce every hour, 5 to 6 hours a day, depending on how you are tolerating it. So you're increasing the fiber level. They say that Americans are just not getting enough fiber at all. But what's more important than just getting a fiber is the quality of the fiber, the diversity of the fiber, and the makeup of how the fiber is. So each one of these plants will have a different microbial load and a different fiber makeup. And that's what's going to really make the difference in improving your gut microbiome. You digest these, and that mix is what creates that incredible change to your gut health. So again, you start off with that half an ounce every hour, and then you see how you feel. Some people, they don't take in very much fiber at all, so that might actually be too much fiber to start off with. You might have to go to half an ounce every 2 hours and see how you do on that for one day, and see if you are feeling that you're bloating, you have gas, you have any kind of issues where you feel like it's a discomfort, then cut it back a little bit and start slower. But generally people that have a diet that includes things like apples and beans and all the rest of the higher fiber items that we typically would eat in a diet, they're usually going to be fine with this half ounce. So you want to do that for a day or two. Make sure you're not getting any negative effects as far as the bloating or gas or anything like that. And then if you're doing fine, and if you feel like you can step it up, go to just 0.8 ounces per hour for again 5 to 6 hours a day. And then you want to get to 1 ounce every hour. And each one of those meals, again, you can either just enjoy the greens, you clip, you clean, you dry, and then you can throw on again our appetite suppressant. So this is a really great food for microbes, and it also is a natural appetite suppressant, and it doesn't taste bad at all. So You can just stress the leaves with the appetite suppressant. That's going to really knock down your appetite and give you that power to get through the next day or two on a heavily greens diet. You can go ahead and have your breakfast and try to not do any kind of processed meats, because those will actually inhibit some of the molecules that are needed to do things like tryptophan and serotonin and all the other great, incredible molecules that are make you feel better. And the greens, that's what they do. The microbes, they get in your gut. You're continually feeding them with that hourly interval of ingesting more microbes. Each time you ingest the leaves, there's a sugar that passes through your stomach all the way to your gut, which is the microbes in your gut are what can break down that sugar, and then use that for energy in order to reproduce and prosper. So that continual dosage of every hour, or if you're going it every 2 hours to build up your tolerance to fiber, then you're going to get to that great place of actually being able to regulate your metabolism. So once the body is adapted to that higher level of sugar, your metabolism is going to improve greatly. It's also going to regulate your blood sugars, so your blood pressure and any of the diabetes or anything like that. It's really going to take a nice turn for the better. And things like your mood, depression, that feeling like, oh, I'm just going to eat a whole carton of ice cream because I don't care. Those things are going to go away because your body's creating, the dopamine, the serotonin, the tryptophan, all these molecules that are created by the decomposition of the food that you're eating. Those microbiome create those chemicals, or they are precursors to those chemicals in order for the body to get that reaction from those molecules. Is that you need the food to feed those microbes, and you need the microbes in order to get those molecules created. So you're going to basically continue to use your microdosing, and again, you're going to go through this, maybe 2 days, 3 days, and then you're going to, take these, put them into a container or into your garden, and let them grow out again, and then enjoy them as, larger leaf lettuces, and creating a whole salad, or if they're kale, you can saute them and put them in a sandwich, or omelet, or whatever you want to do. But because most of the greens that we offer are cut and come again, you want to go ahead and cut them, harvest them like I showed you in the previous video, and then plant them out so that they can grow into nice, beautiful greens. And then the next shipment of micro dosing tray comes in, and it's going to be a different variety. So when you order them, the whole idea is that you're having access to greens that are just not available locally in produce markets or farmers markets. It could be because the green doesn't have a very long shelf life. It could be because the green isn't very productive. It doesn't create enough greens, enough leaf material in order for it to be profitable. It could be that the green just doesn't do well in certain areas of the country, and they're not going to grow it, so you don't have access to it. And if you do have access to it, it'll be trucked, and then you have that diminishment of the nutritional value, and then also the diminishment and changeover of the microbial content, which is the whole purpose of this microdosing, is to get both the nutritional, the fiber diversity, and the benefit of the microbial content being healthy and vibrant. So basically, you're going to see the difference very, very quickly. And you're going to fight that, why isn't my body wanting these terrible snacks that I used to enjoy, and it's going to take a little bit of time to get used to that, because it's a habit that you maybe grab the chips, or you grab the soda, or you grab the ice cream, or whatever it is, so that breaking that habit is going to be much easier, because you're not going to feel good when you eat those, because your body is going to say, no, that's not, that's not going to work for us. And it's really just that simple. So you're going to lose weight by eating. Yeah. So it's really, not, inventing something new. It's really, this is how we're supposed to eat. This is how, Mother Nature has designed us to eat. So we weren't supposed to have refrigeration. We weren't supposed to have trucking. We weren't supposed to have all of these, conveniences. And so we were supposed to be just grabbing it and eating it and getting that incredible both nutritional value and microbial load, and exposing our body to the chemicals that are produced, the molecules that are produced from eating those greens, so that we have the energy to get through our days. We feel better, and our metabolism is where it needs to be in order to maintain our proper health and weight. So basically that's the deal on using the microdosing trays in order to lose weight. It's really just that simple. You're just going to, enjoy these every hour. Step up your dosage as you feel like you can do it, and then your diet and your appetite is going to change dramatically, and you are going to basically start to lose weight. And it's generally going to be, half a pound every 2 days, maybe 1 pound every day, if you are able to, step this up to, 1 ounce every hour. And I do recommend that if you are using this to lose weight, that when you do enjoy these, you can also incorporate fermented foods, and I'll go over that in another video. But incorporating the fermented food will also give you that incredible boost of microbial content. But the problem is, it's a very limited group of species that will live in fermented foods. So this way you get a huge diversity of both microbial content and fiber content, and that's what you want. So, I went ahead and put my salad together for this microdose, and again, I have all the greens, half an ounce, and then I added in my my bean lentil mix, my apples, my mandarins, and it's a delicious meal that I want to eat. So I'm not eating it because I want to lose weight, but this is how I want to. This is the meal. This is, if somebody else is, oh, I want the, Kentucky Fried Chicken. This is something that I would want, just, in comparison, the same. So it's because my body, this is what it's telling me that it wants and needs. So it's a reprogramming that happens, but it's actually a reprogramming to where we're supposed to be, and where nature has designed us to be. All right, if you have any questions, post